Welcome back to the C Show, a wrestling show for the common fan. Whether you're brand new to the world of sports entertainment, you're coming back after a while, or you've been here the whole time, I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
Hi, I'm Jared.
Today we're going to talk about Right to Censor, a group from the early 2000s that was intended to mock the Parents Television Council. We're also going to be talking about the new TBS Champion in women's survival of the fittest. We're also going to be talking about problems in the United Empire for Will Ospreay. And Jared has something for us. It's a surprise.
To even Jared himself.
No, I said I was going to do something, but now he set me up big and I got to actually figure something out.
Fantastique.
I'm just playing. I got something.
Jared, where are you going?
Well, folks, kicking it off, it's The C Show. This is the history of Right to Censor. So we're going to start off. We've got two separate stories here. I'm going to do the PTC, the Parents Television Council, first, and then we'll talk about Right to Censor, and we'll kind of overlap each other.
The parents thing sounds like nerds. You should make their part really short.
Oh, I wish I could. Founded by L. Brent Bozell III in 1995, after almost a decade of monitoring the media for decency and previously advocating against the African National Congress, the anti-apartheid movement led by Nelson Mandela. They gained support from people within industry, normal people like Charlton Heston, and also from within Congress like Lamar Smith, an outright climate change denialist, and Joe Lieberman, who previously used his position to criticize violent video games, but also later championshiped the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So we're a little unsure about Joe there.
Fucker.
I'm very unsure.
Entertainment Weekly, August 1998, quote, "The WB scored a unique double. Its Dawson's Creek was named the filthiest of PTC's Dirty Dozen, while its squeaky clean Seventh Heaven placed high on the group's Diamond Dozen list."
Not the dirty and diamond dozen list.
Connor, which one did you jerk off to?
God! Damn it, brother.
Creek earned most objectionable honors with its Pacey Betts' teacher plotline, end quote. The PTC's goals were to promote family-friendly television, often by supporting television programming that depicted religious, read Christian, families, good morals, and other hogwash you hear from nerds. Former Tonight Show host Steve Allen took out a nationwide ad in newspapers, to which San Francisco Examiner television columnist Tim Goodman responded to in November '99, quote, "How many times must these people be told that some people in the world don't need to be protected, that they know how to deal with a television set and a child, or that they're grown up enough to choose for themselves rather than having the Parents Television Council making up a viewing schedule for them. There are enough channels and enough shows to suit every conceivable taste."
And imagine how many more channels there are now. Like when they said that shit, there was probably maybe 100 channels, like if that yet. Like,
yeah, no, I think that's a great point.
Maybe 300 at most at that point.
We talk about
far less.
Proliferation of cable in the late 90s, and then
true.
Now,
true. 'Cause it's not. I was already thinking early 2000s for. Because we're talking Right to Censor, right? We've peeled back a touch.
We're still in the late 90s here. We're still in the 20th century.
Go with the program.
Bite me.
You do have some satellite programming that's expensive still. It's like high-end stuff. I think what's really interesting now is that, like, as we're talking about this, like, I'm thinking about, like, BYU, Brigham Young University, has their own cable channel and, like, streaming service because they produce their own content. They have their own TV shows. They have their own sketch comedy series.
Okay.
I bet their stuff is great.
There's honestly a really good sketch.
Does Brandon Sanderson write all of it? He's a nerd.
It's Orson Scott Card, actually. They're both Mormon fantasy sci-fi authors. There's actually a fantastic sketch from the sketch comedy show.
You would like him. I'm not a fan. I thought he would be your kind of guy.
I have no idea what the fuck either you are talking about.
I'm a little surprised you don't know Brandon Sanderson.
You just don't be out here reading.
You never read Ender?
Dude, I don't like, and it's like, I know I'm an idiot and I sound like such an like, I don't read, like, and I know it's like, dude, pick up, like, I get it, just like, dude, I don't fucking read. I just don't.
Did you read Ender's Game?
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
I read The Hunger Games. And I got teased for it, but all the girls like The Hunger Games. And shit was good. Hunger Games was good.
I remember reading
Books was good.
the Hunger Games book after watching the Battle Royale movie, and I was like, this is just Battle Royale. This is just Battle Royale. Their sights turned on wrestling, specifically in the case of Lionel Tate. In an infamous 1999 case in Florida, 12-year-old Lionel Tate was convicted of the first-degree murder of his 6-year-old cousin, Tiffany Unick, while watching WCW Thunder. The argument by Tate's defense was that he was simply mimicking the moves he watched on TV, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was even subpoenaed to testify in the trial. The child was sentenced to life without parole. This was like Florida rules.
Holy.
It's like an automatic boom, like tagged on.
Does it say like what he actually did? Like obviously I assume like,
I don't want to get into the specifics of it.
that's absolutely fantastic. No. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was obviously wrestling related. Like I just thought it was weird the way they're like was watching WCW Thunder, but like okay, yes, I don't need any more than that if you say it makes sense. Absolutely.
You can go on
Nope, I'm good.
Wikipedia and
Thank you.
Exactly.
Nope.
That's for the audience. However, later in 2004, Tate's original conviction was later overturned as concerns around Tate's initial competency to stand trial were never properly evaluated. Sadly, Tate would return to prison after being convicted of robbing a Domino's Pizza in Broward County, Florida in 2006, and he remains incarcerated. Bozell was brash in public, stating, quote, 4 children aged 4 to 6 years old have had their lives tragically cut short by peers who were emulating wrestling moves that they learned by watching programs like WWF SmackDown, quote, using the Tate case as a prime example. Other critics noted, quote, sheer arrogance and irresponsibility of the WWF, referring to news reports of 4 children having killed 4 other children copycatting what they watched on television, and asserting that the finger is pointing directly to SmackDown. The PTC publicly advocated for advertisers to take their business elsewhere, directly pointing the finger at the WWF for causing these deaths, despite attempts to influence the viewing audience that professional wrestling is in fact scripted and the violence consensual in most cases. November 2000, the now WWE filed suit in the Southern District of New York against Bozell and the Parents Television Council. The press release stating that the PTC, quote, or had been, quote, threatening to denounce dozens of targeted advertisers of WWE as not being family-friendly if they do not capitulate to his demands to withdraw support for WWE programming. The company went on to write in the release, the supposedly nonpartisan PTC is a fictional vehicle Bozell uses to further the activities of his extremist media research center, a self-described conservative media watchdog organization. There's a lot of multisyllabic words in there.
I think if you have to call anything you're doing a watchdog,
Yeah.
we're just already wrong.
It's just like get a hobby.
Unless you're saying it like, watch this dog.
Or if it's just like watchdogs and it's literally just like camera feeds to a bunch of dogs.
It's just Clark Connors and David Finlay.
Yes.
Vince and Company opened another case against Bozell for copyright infringement, citing that the PTC was unlawfully using WWE content in their campaign against the company. Something that they do now.
What a classic move. What a great move. It's like, no, you can't. Those are our clips. You can't use that to talk crap on us. Like, those are ours. That's fantastic.
And now the WWE is going after like people who react to WWE content, other podcasts and stuff as well. I have to be really careful when we use WWE content because it's just like, I don't want to get clipped for it. So
yeah, absolutely.
In May 2001, quote, Judge Denny Chin wrote that the PTC and other defendants may not make false and defamatory statements under the cover of the First Amendment. God bless the First Amendment. The First Amendment does not protect statements that are false or derogatory, even if they are made in the context of a public debate about issues of general concern. See, I think what the WWE is saying is like, hey, like this is all about like free will, right? You have a right, like you have a choice not to watch wrestling, like what my parents did and said, hey, we're not watching this as a family. And there are cases where, hey, like in the context of everything, like it makes sense and like we're all in it and we all understand. And I think even for me as I'm like watching wrestling as a kid now and or like thinking about it like as a kid, I probably shouldn't have been watching wrestling because just like emulating everything and just like I don't know if I understood the fourth wall yet.
But again, that's like
that's the beauty of it.
I don't even want to say the beauty. Like it's a show. Like my this was not Santa Claus. Was not the. It's like this is a show. Like we watched like And again, like, it's like any other conversation that people need to have with their kids, where it's like, hey, this is like real. Like, we do not do this in the same way you don't go out and just full on tackle your brother like you're on the 1 yard line at the link. Like,
Oh, for sure.
like again, it's just a way for parents to pass the blame. It sounds like, I don't know if that's harsh, and I understand it's not that black and white, especially not as a parent, but just like, it just seems like such a bad way to throw stones, especially when it's like, why don't we talk about the gun deaths then? Like,
My dad did it in a really fun way. I only realized looking back is that we would watch wrestling together, and then he would show me like, who was the one that, like, one of the OG pictures, old wrestler using barbed wire on someone.
That's got to be Terry Funk.
yeah, there's so many that he could have showed you.
Anyway, and he goes, you see, back when I was your age, it was real. Because it was just somebody being, like, cut.
Yeah.
And he was like, now it's all fake. But back then, it was real.
Back then, it was real.
So it kept the immersion alive.
Right, it's still there somewhere. At least it was.
Later in 2001, the WWE and PTC settled the issue out of court, and as part of the agreement, the PTC agreed to pay $3.5 million. And Bozell released a public apology directly addressing the statements regarding the deaths of children and alleging that advertisers had removed ads from SmackDown. Quote, I want to be clear that the WWE was correct in pointing out that the various statements made by the MRC, PTC, and me were inaccurate concerning the identity and number of WWE SmackDown advertisers who withdrew support from the program. Despite their budget ballooning at the end of the 20th century, the WWE lawsuit seriously impacted the credibility of the PTC. A 2010 New York Times article notes, quote, in 2009, as the recession battered fundraising efforts anew, council revenue totaled $2.9 million, a 26% drop from the previous year. To cut costs, the organization has reduced its staff by 38% over the last two years. In a 2025 article from the LA Times, quote, in 2023, the most recent year of available tax reports, the PTC raised just $1.6 million, down from $4.7 in 2007. It's not a lot of money. Attempts to restrict in-flight entertainment, which is already heavily edited, criticism of YouTube, and even somehow finding issues with the Muppets led the PTC into obscurity. In the 2010 article, an interesting paragraph, quote, Daniel Borishoff, I hope I pronounced that correctly, president of the American Institute of Philanthropy, a charity watchdog. See, now there's a good watchdog. That gives the council a C+ rating for financial efficiency based on its IRS filings, said unfulfilled direct mail should ring, quote, serious alarms with potential donors. It certainly tarnishes the credibility of this organization, end quote. In The Advocate, Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, said, quote, I'm going to try to do this in the Peter voice. Oh, yeah. That's like getting hate mail from Hitler.
No.
Wait,
okay.
what? You think that's what Peter?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's like getting hate mail from Hitler. They're literally terrible human beings. I've read their newsletter. I visited their website. And they're just rotten to the core. For an organization that prides itself on Christian values, I mean, I'm an atheist, so what do I know? They spend their entire day hating people. They could suck my dick as far as I'm concerned. Good news time. In October of 2025, last year, the PTMC filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Their website goes nowhere. Don't worry, Bozell keeps busy. He was appointed to the U.S. ambassador to South Africa in February 2026. And remember that part about Bozell criticizing Nelson Mandela? Yeah, so now he's the ambassador to South Africa. That's...
When you say the website doesn't go anywhere, like the website is available, or
that's a good point. And we'll circle back to this because I'm actually going to circle. I'm literally going to circle back to this concept here.
Fantastic.
Bozell is a model father too. His son Leo IV, or Zeker to his friends, was convicted and sentenced for his participation in the January 6th insurrection, and was later pardoned by his daddy's boss, Donald Trump. Now, I wonder if the elder Bozell ever runs into Linda McMahon at things. It's pretty funny to think about. While the case was in progress, Stevie Richards began appearing on WWE programming, removing weapons like tables from hardcore matches, or covering up, quote, scantily clad women. This is the Divas era in the summer of 2000. He would be joined by Bull Buchanan initially, and on the July 24th, 2000 episode of Raw is War, the Godfather, Charles Wright, faced Buchanan after having been harassed by the Right to Censor since the beginning of the month. The stipulation for the match would be that if Godfather won, RTC would stop covering up the Godfather's hoes, Victoria and Lita, but if Buchanan prevailed, the Godfather would have to give up the hose. Despite the "save the hose" chants, Buchanan ends the devious ways of the Godfather after a guillotine and covering the Godfather for the pin from kingsrecaps.com. Shout out to that WordPress site, to that dude who's been maintaining doing recaps since the 2000s, the early 2000s.
Oh, man. So rest in peace, the Godfather. Now we have
the Good Father. And from kingsrecaps.com, wondering, quote, everyone takes one last look at the Godfather's entourage. So where does the Godfather go from here, you ask? Maybe we'll find out soon. Val Venus probably made the least sense as a member of Right to Censor, his character ostensibly being an adult film star and appearing with Jenna Jameson, making sex tapes kayfabe style with Dustin Rhodes' wife, Terry Runnels. In August 2000, after Trish Stratus lost the Intercontinental title to Chyna in a mixed tags match, Val Venus and Trish Stratus versus Chyna and Eddie Guerrero, it would be Chyna's second run with the IC title, again, the only woman to hold a men's WWE title in history. Venus would be abducted by RTC and appear with a new haircut, along with the RTC's uniform of black slacks, white shirts, and black ties. Venus would occasionally also wear white pants instead. Venus would go on to say, quote, the porn star gimmick and storylines kind of overshadowed my work, and would go on to say that the RTC character was the least favorite of his career. The RTC gimmick would go for about a year. Instead of the typical ring entrance with music and pyrotechnics, members of Right to Censor would come out to the sound of various alarms and a monotone voice repeating the word warning under a jazz swing beat. Ivory, a multiple-time WWE Women's Champion, joined the group after an absence from TV, and according to a now-removed Stevie Richards podcast episode, Ivory, quote, legitimately felt the way the group felt on scantily clad women, and the focus needed to be on in-ring skills. Richards also said that Ivory could have easily supplanted himself as the leader with how well she performed in the role, adding that it was, quote, her best role in WWE. Things especially got heated as Ivory feuded with Chyna after the latter posed in Playboy in 2000.
That was a BFD.
It still is a
real
BFD. It still is a BFD. I mean, a lot of people point to that as the reason why Chyna isn't a solo inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame.
It's kind of what comes after that is because like Shawn Michaels was in Playgirl.
Oh, what episode?
I'm gonna have to bite my tongue here.
Which one? Do you have a number? Episode like is that available for purchase? Or are the pictures online or?
As a group, they were somewhat successful.
Charlie, shut up.
As a group, they were somewhat successful, with Buchanan and the now Good Father holding the Tag Team Championship for 34 days, losing it to Edge and Christian, and Ivory holding the WWF Championship from October 31st, 2000, till Chyna took it at WrestleMania X7 in 2001. WrestleMania X7, the 17th edition, was a huge moment for the now WWE. The purchase of WCW had gone through, and many former stars from Ted Turner's company.
Ted Turner.
Mr. Turner.
Todd Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Todd Turner.
I will like Ted Turner and World
Fuck
Championship.
the waves.
Okay, so a bunch of WCW stars would be appearing along with other ECW alumni. However, it would turn out disastrous for Right to Censor. In a 6-man tag team match, the Good Father, Val Venus, and Buchanan lost to Taz and the APA, Bradshaw and Farouk. And as mentioned earlier, Chyna defeated Ivory to take the WWF Women's Championship. And yes, X7 is the WrestleMania where Tommy Dreamer was planning on shooting Paul Heyman. I just want to make sure that we cover that base because that comes up. Tommy Dreamer was not in a good place, and God bless Jim Ross for calling him.
You know, it's almost like Paul Heyman caused all of it.
Paul.
And I'm going to leave it at that. You know. Thanks, Jim Ross.
There would be several more appearances of Right to Censor, but on April 26, 2001, The Undertaker ended Right to Censor after Steven Richards was hit with the last ride. Their last official match was on May 24th. With the case wrapped up in the WWE's favor, the group had no reason to exist. Vince won, and he no longer needed to skewer the PTC. Ivory appeared under the RTC banner in June 2001, but it wasn't again until the 2022 Royal Rumble, where Ivory returned under the RTC banner, cut a promo, and was eliminated in the Rumble by podcast favorite Rhea Ripley. Domain squatting is a fun, profitable activity for the whole family. For a few dollars, you can buy a domain and renew it again yearly for another few dollars. And if you're lucky, somebody comes along with up with an idea, and you sell the domain for a shitload of money. Or sometimes companies forget to renew an old domain, and the registration lapses. Someone purchases the domain, and you can do whatever you want with it. Famously, Uzi Nissan, the owner of Nissan Computer Corporation in Raleigh, North Carolina, owned the domain Nissan.com, Nissan.com. The Japanese car company, formerly known as Datsun, offered to buy the domain. However, Uzi refused. Nissan, the car company, sued Nissan, the computer company guy, and the court sided with Nissan, the computer company guy, and Nissan, the car company, had to use NissanUSA.com. You can still use that today. Well, in July 2020, someone noticed that right2censor.com domain was being directed to AEW.com. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The WWE certainly doesn't care because the issue has been rectified to their liking, and the domain currently points to an aggregation of Chinese sports gambling referral links. Yeah.
So you're saying we can't buy it?
It's owned by a company in Hong Kong. I looked
For
up
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you totally could buy the Parents Television Council domain. It's owned by somebody.
You know, you can search lapsed and expired trademarks through the government website.
Yes.
So you might not own the domain, but you could own the trademark.
That sounds way more expensive.
No, surprisingly. Well, then just yes.
So
All
yes, get Ben. Okay,
Maybe
fantastic.
debate.
Point Connor.
See, what you need to do...
You know,
Point Connor.
Do you know? I don't fucking know. Do you actually know?
I just asked a question. You answered it with confidence and then have seemed to have lied about it? Unsure.
You know who I am.
3-0. Going to halftime.
Why does it matter? Why are we talking about right to censor? Why are we talking about this? As books are being banned in libraries around the country, TV and movies have been edited or changed outright to remove certain themes, mostly around human sexuality. It's important to remember that this isn't the first time a bunch of Bible-bashing bores have come around and threatened art in some form. In the 90s, it was video games, hip-hop, wrestling. In our current age, it's social media, it's books, it's free speech. It's important to remember that when we may not like something, you shouldn't restrict others from enjoying it. The purpose of art is to push boundaries and to ask why from society. Wrestling explores the human condition through violence, one of the oldest forms of human communication. Anyway, Brent Bozell sucks ass and his kid is a bigger loser. Let's talk about AEW.
Hell yeah. Hopefully in even just 30 years it will be better. It's hard to believe we can keep making assholes at such an alarming rate. It had to bottleneck at some point. I think we're going to come out on the other side.
Cool argument from a bunch of guys that won't let me say shit on here.
Welcome back to the C Show. We're going to jump into our AEW coverage from this week. We'll kick it over to Charlie to start. Let Jared prepare his something.
No. Let's go with me right off the top.
Nope. I run this segment. Are there problems in the United Empire?
I think so. So Ospreay was given a Death Riders patch, and he wore it on his gear in the tag team match with Jon Moxley. The Death Riders and United Empire have butt heads in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Callum Newman tweeted, "You're a joke," and forgot the apostrophe and E on that. Hanari and Akira nearly speechless on Twitter regarding Ospreay teaming up with Mox. So United Empire feeling betrayed. You know, we saw a little bit of United Empire here earlier this year. Hopefully, I want to see more of them. Callum Newman was supposed to be at Forbidden Door. He was supposed to fight Mox.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was supposed to fight Mox, and then
I didn't realize that.
He's injured currently. It was like a small injury. So
it's just so like, he's been working with the Death Rider so long.
Mhm.
It sucks that once he's finally accepted, that's when all his friends have an issue. Like, no, dude, it's a really good story, and I'm really excited. Again, I take this as we are going to see more of them. And again, it adds a whole nother layer of this Will Ospreay, like, figuring it out, quote unquote, on your own, or finding yourself in others. Then it's like the old you and the new you. Oh, man, a lot of great ways to cut it. I'm
your
so
old
excited
friends,
about
your
this.
new friends,
Right.
new philosophies.
Right. Again, it goes back to what we talked about like weeks ago. It's like the idea of change. People are like, you've changed. And it's like, that's not bad. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not.
And another thing, too, is like even when after Forbidden Door, where Windsor and Osprey are embracing, when Osprey talks to Mox, Windsor just like disappears. She
Dips,
like,
yeah.
She dips into the shadows. So I was like, is Alex Windsor even cool with this too? Makes you wonder.
I think he should. I think you should be a Death Rider.
Me?
I think you should be a Death Rider.
Okay, yeah.
I think Osprey should be a Death. I think I
got a call from Don Callis earlier this week, so I got offers.
Ooh, not bad.
Everybody gets into the Don Callis family. It's like James Madison.
Charlie, stop paying these guys who sang they're Don Callis. God damn it.
Moving on.
Talk about limping out of that one.
Lost the momentum.
Well,
Jared,
out like a lamb, in like a lamb. Jared, what do you got for us?
Whoolad! All right, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna play a little game here. You ready to play a little game here?
I'd love to.
Let's play a little
I
game.
do like to play a game.
Settle
All
down,
right.
Billy.
All right, we're gonna play a game called "What Wrestler Am I Thinking of?"
Are there any hints, or we just got to do this?
You can ask as many questions as you want, but they all have to be opinion based. No objective
no hard
statements.
facts.
No hard facts. You can infer. You can know who it is. It won't be that hard.
All right, yeah. Whatever. What else am I doing? Go ahead. Whatever. Well, I guess we have to start then,
Yeah,
right?
you kick it off.
Charlie, you have to step in this first.
Is this person a Hall of Famer somewhere?
Well, it's objective, right? So, would you?
Shit, that's a subjective.
I mean,
question.
yeah, it needs
or an
to be.
objective.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
So,
All right, Charlie loses.
Let me rephrase. Would this person be considered a Hall of Famer?
What are you trying to lawyer my game?
Yeah.
All right, that's what my people do. I respect it. Yes.
I learned something.
if they knocked on your door and were like, "Dude, I have to use your bathroom," would you let them?
No.
Okay.
Is it Mankind?
No.
Okay.
I would let him use my bathroom.
I would have
psyched.
to let Mick
I'd be so
Foley-
psyched.
I would tell everyone Mick Foley dropped a hammer in this bathroom.
I'd be like, don't flush.
Don't flush. I'm getting that certified. I'm sending that to Beckett.
One second.
my
I gotta FaceTime my dad.
After that, I kind of no longer want to gas Bible. Okay, so you wouldn't let them use your bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Would you expect them to see them driving through Philadelphia in like a crazy car? Like if you just saw them driving down the street, would you be like, "Oh, that's in a crazy car"? Or would it just be like, "Nope, they're just your average, just whipping, maybe
18th
nice,
Spruce?
like maybe 18th Spruce, maybe they just won the Universal title."
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this is just AEW.
Oh,
No, I didn't think it was him. I was still just looking for a ballpark kind of. Because obviously, like the first thing, you don't have to say if it's right or wrong. Like immediate thoughts, MJF, because like of course.
How about this? I'll give good answers.
MJF, you roll out the Burberry carpet.
They are certainly flashy, more so than somebody I would expect to see driving themselves around out in public.
Ooh,
Is it Kevin the Jet Knight?
but they weren't.
No, but that's
They weren't
Like-
driving. But I think you're talking about our boy, because we all know that if you mess with the bull,
You get the horns.
because I was thinking when you said you saw him out the window after.
I did. I did.
Oh, that's not what you were pulling on?
No, I hadn't thought about that when I planned this game.
Oh, sorry, right? I'm so sorry. That's my fault.
Moron.
Oh.
No, of course I planned the game. I just wanted the character to be fresh.
Would you be surprised if this person wasn't wearing shoes?
Yes.
Is it Darby Allin?
No.
Oh, I was like, there's no way you'd let Darby Allin use your bathroom.
Think sparklier.
Oh, is it Chris Jericho?
It is Chris Jericho.
It is Chris Jericho. Dude,
Uh,
sparkle pants and sparkle jacket.
There you go. I would you expect to see? I don't think I would expect to see him driving himself.
No, that's yeah. He I
Did
don't.
I-
I think
did
he's
I
too
answer-
old to drive
Did I
anymore.
answer any of those questions untrue? Leave a note in the comments.
Thanks, Maz.
Chris Jericho drives himself, and he just sings along to the Fozzy CD he keeps in his car.
All right. Did you enjoy that? Would you like to play again? Or should we continue on? Would you like to pick up? This is your segment, of course.
I think I would rather do anything else. As much as I love you, I think I would rather do almost anything. Wait, unless is it MJF?
It was MJF.
All right, see,
Ding,
we're all
ding,
great.
ding.
Thank you, I appreciate you. And last but not least, real quick, I'm going to talk about the survival of the fittest match for the TBS Championship, which was Hikaru Shida taking on Chris Statlander, Micaiah Harley Cameron, CMLL World Women's Champion Persephone, and Queen Aminata. I like the match. There was a lot going on. I think there was only actually like one quote unquote like clean pinfall though.
Yeah.
Which I thought was annoying because the first elimination is Persephone catches Harley gloating on the turnbuckles and just like razor's edges her and pins her. But then after that, everything else was like a roll up when Shida eliminated Haiku. Persephone eliminated Queen Aminata with a roll up when she was beaten on someone else. And then even here we get a weird finish at the end. So Statlander and Shida are the last two. They're kind of going back and forth. Persephone has already been eliminated by Statlander. Shida locks in an ankle lock. Statlander gets to the ropes, but then Persephone comes and just hits her across the face with the TBS title and literally knocks her out. But there's no disqualifications because it's a 6-person gauntlet, survival of the fittest. So literally Statlander's just already unconscious, and Shida puts in another ankle lock, and the ref's like, yeah, this is over. So it was really cool that they gave them a great amount of time. They did a lot of things. And, like, yes, it's a way to protect the wrestlers by being like, oh, it was a roll-up. It was, like, it's okay to, like, have finishes. Like, I would have liked to see some of these people's, like, moves, or even if they do them and have it broken up more. Like, I just don't feel like you needed, of 5 eliminations, I don't think you needed 2 roll-ups or whatever it was.
Yeah, the thing that I felt about this match was that it felt very quick. Boom, 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 pin, 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 and then Shida roll up and we're done. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, as much as I called Shida winning it, and it helps extend the Statlander Shida feud, which is going to be fascinating. And again, it just protects everybody, but at the sacrifice of a good wrestling match.
Yeah, and like it's your main event. Like no one's like, I'm not gonna think of Persephone any different because Chris Statlander rolled her up versus if she just took the Saturday Night Fever, or if she, took someone else's finish and finished, and was out 3rd instead of 4th. Like if her and Queen Aminata flip spots, like I wouldn't think of them any differently.
These are like objective or are supposed to be some of the best female wrestlers in the division. Like, yeah, they should be taking high-end moves and finishers from each other and getting back up.
Absolutely. So I'm glad they got the time, they got the main event. It makes sense how it went. Like, again, obviously the Statlander thing is not over, but I wonder if she's going to veer off to getting back at Persephone first because of the interference. A lot of good stuff can happen. Just left wanting a little bit more.
For sure. I think we're going to get it back, though.
And you know what? Speaking of just wanting more, one more round.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Go.
All right, wait 1 second. Or would anyone else like to be the name guesser? It's just a fun game. I don't, Charlie, Connor, would you like to be?
I feel like you can read me like an open book.
That's
so
true. All right, it's me. It's me then. All right, calculating. Got it.
Would they keep their car really messy?
Yes.
Okay.
Would they keep their ring gear dirty or clean? Like, does it smell funky?
No.
Okay.
Are they packing for the big loop the night before? Like, is it like midnight, their plane's at 5, and they are putting their shit together to go on the trip?
Ooh, I don't know him like that.
Okay, so I know. I'm trying to get like broad strokes. Okay, so it's last minute.
You know what?
guy.
Yeah, that's right. It's,
Like
this
again,
is all the energy.
it's all subjective. It's all subjective.
You know what? The energy I'm getting from him, yes. You know, we're casual, but we smell nice. A little messy. What does that evoke?
Is that Ricochet?
No.
So
Close.
off the dome right now, it gives me Jack Perry.
Oh, I imagine he has people for everything. You know, he came into money, you know.
That was a TV actor.
Oh my god. Would they be like annoying to sit down and get lunch with? Or would you have a good time? Like, would you be happy to go get lunch? Or would it be like yes, I had lunch with them, it was cool, but like
I think that'd be annoying.
Okay.
They could be fun. I can't tell. It could go either way.
Okay.
People from this area can generally be like that, where they straddle the line of cool and annoying. You know, kind of assholes.
Well, I know Briscoe definitely doesn't keep his stuff clean.
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
Like again,
that chicken.
I don't think he would smell clean though.
That chicken farm is a pigsty. You know it.
Like again, it makes me kind of go back to no, because again, MJF would have people for that. I don't think he would.
No.
I don't think his car would be messy.
Is this person insecure about their self-image?
Aren't we all?
I don't know how many brain cells are working up there to have thoughts and feelings like that. But no, I imagine they like what they look like.
Would this be Lance Archer?
Who? No.
Would this be Dunkzilla, Mark Davis?
No.
I thought that was a good one. I thought I might have had it. All right, I got to know.
Hook.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that all tracks.
That's
you
all
know, he's young. He's a New York guy, so kind of straddles the line of are you fun or are you being an asshole?
Are you being an asshole?
Is it fun? Are you being an asshole for fun, or you know?
And speaking of all that, which is really all the C show is, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the C Show. We've got some upcoming AEW action. AEW Dynamite Beach Break on the 8th of July. We've got MJF versus Kenny Omega. Kenny taking the same stipulation that Hangman agreed to, that if Kenny loses, he can never challenge for the AEW Men's World Championship belt ever again.
How many evers has MJF done? Another ever thing? Like a million evers?
Ever.
I don't know if do you guys know who the other person besides Hangman they did this stipulation with where they couldn't challenge for the world title?
Is it Cody?
It was Cody.
Rhodes.
Now, I don't remember it was MJF, so I'm very interested to know, like, has anyone actually won when it's like, hey, you can never have the world title again? Because, like I'm sure they want to pop ratings for Beach Break and all, but I'm just like, are you really going to end an MJF title reign on, a weeknight special? Like, it's pretty short again. Like,
so
and the Briscoe left me wanting more.
I think it's going to be same deal as the Brody King qualifier match. And Hangman's going to come out, distract MJF. MJF still wins, but like now we get Hangman back. Kenny's... Dude, I think Kenny's
I've seen a lot
winding
of people,
down.
I've seen a lot of people saying that online. They're expecting a Hangman return for this. Because of the proximity to his family. Is that correct?
Hangman's from Virginia.
Where is this happening? I don't know.
You said
Florida.
St. Petersburg.
I thought there
St.
were some
Petersburg.
shows coming up near. I don't know.
That we will be going to Roanoke.
Good shout.
We will be going to Roanoke.
Because that's what people on Reddit were saying.
Yeah.
Because for him to come back and then have his first major appearance be thereafter in Virginia.
Collision this Saturday will be in Roanoke, Virginia. I will be talking about this in a
Oh,
minute. But yeah, that's not. I mean, it's not. It's not in the area, but it's 2-3 hour drive. It's not bad. Roanoke's a nice place. I like Roanoke.
Much closer than Florida.
Shout out to there's the Pinball Museum in Roanoke.
Never mind. I was gonna do a wagon wheel reference.
Nope, I would cut that anyways. Tommaso Ciampa versus Jericho. Did you know that Jericho is 12 years older than Tommaso Ciampa?
Chris Jericho
Looks
is
like
12
he's
years old.
40 fucking years older. I hope that Ciampa actually takes his knee. Actually, I hope he puts his knee pads back on, stuffs them full of washers and quarters, delivers the knee, and just takes him back behind the barn.
Oh, I would pay so much for that audio, just a microphone next to it.
In the AEW International Championship, it's Takeshita versus Fletcher. Fletcher posted a carousel of throwback pictures of him and Takeshita. Fletcher with hair and everything. Mom jeans as the song choice. I don't listen to emo music, so somebody could tell me about the context there.
Never heard of it.
And we're also going to get a women's casino gauntlet match.
Before then, I do want to ask you, what do you think is going to happen with Takeshita and Fletcher? Because
shenanigans from the Don Callis family, and Fletcher takes it. I'm mad about it.
See, that was my worry, because I would love for Takeshita to have his moment above the family and against all odds and still wins and maybe gets the hell beat out of him. But I really think it's going to be
has
cost him the title.
Takeshita officially joined any new faction?
I think he's just kind of hanging out with the conglomeration.
Right,
he's got the
that's what I
backpack.
thought.
Yeah, they're not putting a label on it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, maybe the conglomeration comes out and prevents the fuckery, and Takeshita maintains and officially or moves closer to joining the glom. That's an idea.
The glomming on the conglomeration.
He becomes a glommer.
Well,
speaking of glommers.
In the AEW Women's Casino Gauntlet match, Athena and Maya World will be the 1 and 2 entrants respectively. Who else do we expect to see there?
I expect to see, quite a handful of people, right? Probably Queen Aminata, right? Especially with her kind of just coming back here, right?
Yep.
Probably throw
Mina,
Red Velvet. You would have to assume
Thunder
Rosa. Stat would get some burn. Probably throw in Bane and maybe Hart or someone else.
Yeah.
Because again, you can use it for so many things to have factions pick on each other or individual storylines. So I think we'll at least see them. And then, so the Casino Gauntlet it's 21, correct?
Yep.
21. And literally as soon as the first two are in there, it's first pinfall to a finish. First submission, first pin, it's over. So literally the matches this week 4, 1, and 2 were so important because it could be over before 3 gets in there.
It really could.
And there's going to be a year when they do that, and people are going to be so goddamn mad.
People are going to be really mad about that. Again, getting back to AEW Collision on the 11th, the 10th of July is Brawl at the ballpark. So AEW will be after the Twins game on Friday. I don't remember who they're playing. If anybody is listening in Minnesota and is going to the game, the Minnesota Twins are handing out luchador hats. So the front is a Minnesota hat with the TC, Twin Cities, and on the back is a luchador mask in Twins colors. If you're going, please let me know. I would like to buy the hat off of you for my collection.
I would like one of those as well. Well, and also 7/10 is not only the day of Brawl at the ballpark.
Yes.
It is our very own producer, hero of the world, Charlie's birthday. So since we will not have another episode that you guys will hear.
I didn't mean to do this, by the way, folks.
Oh, I know. And that's why I love it. He's squirming big style is my favorite. So happy birthday. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, for those who were wondering, today is July 6th. Or as a European tenant wrote it on a check today, 6/7.
6/7.
Hell yeah.
And on Saturday, on Collision, we'll have a Ring of Honor World Championship match. We've got Bandito versus Katsuyori Shibata.
So I would love I love Shibata stars. Stone Pitbull's my guy.
That's Tomohiro Ishii that you're thinking
cut that.
about.
Fuck me. Cut that.
Shibata is in the Ops, if you remember.
Oh, right. They always make him hold the camera. Oh, that sounds real.
So you love Katsuyori Shibata. member of the ops.
Connor, known lover of Katsuyori Shibata.
Hashtag Big Shibata Guy, new t-shirt in stores. Never. Big Stone Pitbull Guy, and it's a picture of Shibata. No, I'm excited for this. I would love for Shibata to win and then make a power play in the ops as things continue to swirl. Of like, you guys put me behind the camera, but I'm the only one that's got a title. It's me now.
Exactly. And, Samoa Joe isn't there to help Hook or, mediate, And Bowens doesn't seem to be geared to be gliding a well. Bowens doesn't seem to be settling in well with the ops, He wanted to get the claps going. Hook's like, no claps for the ops. No claps for the ops.
Hook sucks.
I always think about that guy at the card show when he's looking at the Hook card and he goes, who's this guy, Hook? And we're like, he's Taz's kid. Who's Taz? Okay, all right, yeah, I mean...
You at the wrong table, my guy.
Sorry, buddy.
We love you. Appreciate you being here. You at the wrong table, my guy.
Well, listen, you're at the right table because you're here for the C Show. You're the head of the table because you're our audience, and we love you so much. Thank you for listening to The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friends. Support the show directly at ko-fi.com/C-Show-pod. $1 a month gets you access to the Discord and the C Show archive. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send in an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Execute Order 66.